Hey guys, Elise here, and today I'm bringing you a more in-depth tutorial about how I use Canva to create my lead magnets and my content upgrades, which are basically the same thing. So the first thing that you want to do is make sure that you have logged into Canva. If you don't have an account, it's easy to just set it up. You can set it up by logging in with Facebook, or you can just create your username and password, however you want to do that. So as I've said in the past, I use Canva for work, and that is a paid program, which is I think about $12.95 US a month, and just allows me to save templates and to have my brand all in the one place. So you can see over here that I have this little area called Your Brand, and it saves all templates, all brand related stuff, so logos, fonts, and my colors, all in the one place, so I don't have to go searching for any of this. Super helpful when I'm maybe out of the office and I don't have access to the color palette, which I actually have written down beside my laptop here at home. But if I'm out and about, I don't generally take all that stuff with me, so I can just log into Canva and check that out. But yeah, in terms of templates, really great to be able to just save them all there. I'll go over what you can do if you're not using this, particularly if you're on a budget, because everything else is literally free. So I'm just going to jump straight into how you can create lead magnets on the fly. It's super easy. And the first thing that you want to do is when you log into Canva, you just want to click on the plus sign here that says more, and it's going to give you all the different design options. So generally when you're creating a lead magnet, you're probably doing a PDF, and I tend to go for one of the options between documents, blogging and ebooks, or any of the marketing material layout. So really it's up to you what you want to do, but for this particular tutorial I'm going to go over using the US letter layout. So I'm just going to click on that, and it's going to open up a new browser window. Now the really cool thing about Canva is that they give you a whole bunch of options to start with, so you don't even need to think too much about what you want to do. As long as you've got your colors in mind, and if you've got your logo hanging around, you can upload this. So you can definitely do this without having the Canva for work. So I'll show you how to do that. So all you want to do is browse through all of these designs, and just keep in mind that they have free options, and then they also have paid options, and the paid options are here. So with the paid options, they normally have different design elements that will cost you $1 per design, and you won't know that until you actually go through the process of trying to download it. So if you really like this particular layout for the front cover, and then you want to use sort of the background all the way through, then just come up here quickly and click on download, and let's just do it as an image, and we'll see how much. Okay, so you'll see that there is two different licensing. You can do one-time use or multi-use. So if you wanted to use that image, for example, multiple times, so say it was an image that you wanted to use across all your lead magnets, then go for the multi-use. If you just want to do it one time, then just choose the one-time option. So this is going to cost you $1 for just the one-time use, and you can also choose to upgrade and just grab what is it, $10 US, and you get I think it's like up to 11 credit. So every element is $1 inside Canva. So that's basically how that works. So that gives you an idea of whether you want to do that or not. Now, what is really cool about Canva is that, say you do like this and you don't want to pay for it, which is totally fine. So you would just, so say you've clicked on it, you can just highlight everything and hit delete. And you could probably leave that color there if you want, because that's obviously that color. You can change that to be whatever, but you can come and emulate this yourself. So you could just come in here and click on elements, click on the shape, and it's going to be the square that you're going to want. So just always make sure that you come back to the layout if you're using one of these to try and emulate what is there. Make it full length, and then you want it to be half and half. Now you'll have to kind of use your eye to figure that out, to see if it's half and half for yourself. You can always select it, and you can use your arrow key to sort of move it in again. So I'm going to make this in my colors. I'm going to change that to the light grey. So that is, I'm just sort of emulating this to kind of give you an idea of how you can do this. So then that's the background that I'm sort of going with, and then I might choose to use my logo, which is under here. I've got mine saved. If you don't have Canva for Work, you would just come in here and you would just click on upload your own images, and you can just upload your logo straight into here. That's not an issue. So I'm just going to grab this and I'm just going to move it up here and put that there. And then I'm going to add some more text. So I have 3 different options here that I can use, and you know, again, it will default to whatever text you have chosen, or whatever's the standard for Canva. You also have all these other options here if you just wanted to go ahead and use something that's already been pre-set up. So for example, I could choose to move this and obviously change each element so that it was going to be white. It's already white. Let's change. Sometimes it gets a little bit, so you could choose to do it that way too, and then just change that there. So entirely up to you. If you find that the colors are just too dark, you can also come in here and click on the arrow, and it will give you options to make it more transparent, which will lighten it, which I've just gone ahead and done there. So that is how you sort of create that initial cover. Now when you want, obviously when you're doing your PDF lead magnet, it's going to be probably more than 1 page. If you're doing checklists or if you're doing cheat sheets, then they're generally 1 page, then you would change this to suit that. So I'm going to go ahead and assume that we're doing this as a PDF, and it's going to be at least 2 or 3 pages long. So what you want to go ahead and do now is click on this area that says copy this page, and it's going to pop an exact duplicate of what you've just done. Now obviously you don't want all of this stuff here, so you just need to go ahead and delete whatever it is that you don't want on this page, and then I'm going to create like a little footer of my logo. I'm just going to make this a little bit higher. I'm going to add some more text, and you'll see that there's these little purple lines that sort of pop up everywhere, and that just basically gets you to align them with each different element, and that'll just make things, it just makes everything look a little bit better. And by default the text is always centered. You can change that by always clicking and just making sure it selects, everything pops out here, and all the options for that text are down here. So sometimes depending on the font that's been chosen, you won't be able to bold it and you won't be able to italicize it. So if that's something that you want to do, then you just need to change the type of font that you're using. So as you can see, this is centered. I'm just going to change this to be right aligned, and it will right align right to the edge of the text box. So just make sure if things don't look right, you just kind of move them around. So I'm actually going to center that, and I'm just going to bring this in, move that out a little bit. So this is for the interior pages. So what I'm also going to do is put probably another overlay over the top of this. Now you can just quickly find there's like a transparent square. If you just type in square and hit enter, it will bring up all the options related to that, and you'll see the transparent square is this one here, and it will default to whatever color you've set up. If you're using Canva for Work, I'm not, I am, so it's defaulting to one of my colors, and then I'm going to change that to be white. So you can literally go nuts with how much of this you want to customize yourself. Okay, so then I've done this internal page, and then I want to select the text, and I'm going to change it to be a darker color, and I'm obviously going to want to change that to be left aligned, and then I want the text to go all the way across. And then you can, if you've already got the text in another document, you can just copy and paste into here, remembering that it's only going to stay on this page. So if it goes beyond that, you'll need to copy and paste. Once you've sort of got this laid out how you want, you just go ahead and hit duplicate, and it's going to create another page for you. So again, really, really simple to do this. Don't overthink it. Definitely use one of the layouts as something to inspire you. And always make sure that at the very end that you add in a call to action that either leads them into one of your paid products or something else, like another blog post to check out, or if you're doing any sort of free workshops or webinars, anything like that, make sure you add that in. And if you want to hyperlink something in Canva, you need to make sure that you do each text box individually. So say for instance, I've got this text formatted how I want it. Instead of coming over here and clicking on text and inserting in and having to change everything, I can just click on here and click copy, and it's going to automatically copy that down for me. And just always make sure that you get those purple lines that give you the alignment. So in terms of being able to create a URL, you would just come in here and just type in whatever you want. It's a hyperlink, so it doesn't have to be exactly what it is. But I'm going to do that. And then once you've got that in there, you would come in here and choose to do it as a link, and you insert that in there again, so that when you save this as a PDF, this element here is going to be showing up as a hyperlink. So when people are scrolling through and they hover over it, it'll show up as a hyperlink. You know, the hand pointer changes so that you know that it's a hyperlink. It doesn't underline or anything like that, so if you wanted to do that, you could add that in as well. So it's pretty easy to just come in here and just copy in a whole bunch of text to get it all laid out how you want to, and just always duplicate the pages. And then once you're ready to get this out, you click on download, and you would click PDF standard, and it is going to generate the PDF for you. Now if you want to make it print standard, you would choose the option below which says for print, and it actually includes the print marks, so it's ready to send to a printer if that's what you wanted to do. So make sure that you change the name to be whatever your lead magnet is, and then you can click download. And you should always change the design title up here too. I should have done that first. And then I will show you what this actually looks like. Beautiful PDF. So I'm just making it so that you can see, and I will show you what it looks like when I hover over. See, there we go, we've got the little pointer. Literally, it is that simple. So you can add images, anything that you could possibly want, you could add in here, remembering that if you do that, images, everything that you could possibly need is always under elements. So there's a whole bunch of free photos in here, so you can use those as much as you want. Again, you can upload your own images as well, so you could come over here and click on, you can create a whole bunch of folders as well, or you can just come back to what you've done before, and it will have them all there for you. So uploads is where it just automatically goes into. So you can see I've got a whole bunch here. So I might decide that I want to add in an image, and you would put it there. And you can move your text all around this as well, like, you know, it just automatically resizes to fit however you want based on that, and then you could add text over here as well. So it's really up to you how you want all of this to look, but always start with a layer. It will make your life easier. Now if you were creating this as a template that you wanted to keep and you're using Canva for work, then you would click on this to make it public, and then you would publish it as a template and turn off make it public, and then you would click Save Changes. And then this would always be in your US letter layout here. So if I clicked on My Designs, it would show this one here, but I haven't saved it. But make sure that you do. Now if you are, so this is saved, I'm going to go back to My Designs and show you what you do if you aren't using Canva for work. So you'll see that I've got the LM test there. I'll just wait for it to update the image. So this is if you're not using Canva for work, you would then come in here and just hover over until you get this little arrow, and then you would just go make a copy and it's already duplicated the entire document for you, and you just come in and here and change it, and just make sure that you update the name so that you're not stuck with copy of. And then yeah, it's pretty simple as that. If you've got any questions, leave them in the comments below. Otherwise, I'll talk to you soon.